Welcome to episode 2 of Mindset Ponderings, and today I want to talk about how do you break yourself to make yourself. When we are born as empty vessels. We have the opportunity to fill ourselves with experiences, be it good, bad experiences, it doesn't really matter. The only thing that's predetermined is the composition of our DNA, because two parents meet and they do the jiggy, and then the two sets of DNA mix and match and you get you. That's why you have similar traits to your parents, both of them, hopefully. And those are the only things that are predetermined. Once you're born, then it's your duty to live life and experience all the things that you can experience and build yourself up, fill that vessel up with experiences so you become the person that you are meant to be or you want to become, so that you reach your purpose in life, whichever it may be. If it's a purpose that you choose or if it's a purpose that has been determined for you. If you live your life and experience it in the correct way, you will reach the destination that you have chosen. The problem is that none of us are born with a manual that says, if you experience this, you do exactly that. Otherwise, that experience is gonna go in and out. It's not gonna do anything good, or it's gonna go in, it's gonna tarnish the vessel, it's gonna remove the purity of the vessel, and you will not achieve your purpose and the final destination. And even if we had a manual, it would be very pointless, because think about how many unique experiences people can have in their lives. It is an unfathomably large number. There's probably not even a number to describe it. There's probably an infinite amount of experiences that somebody can have. Like, somebody might be doing the exact same thing as I am, with every single gesture and word and everything exactly the same, but they blink one extra time, and that blink is gonna change how well the video is gonna do on YouTube, as an example, right? So imagine having a manual that describes every single experience in life. The manual wouldn't even fit in the universe. It wouldn't be. It's just, you know. Instead of having a manual, you can look at experiences in categories. So you have one type of good experience, which is any experience that is beneficial and gets you closer to your end goal, whatever it is, whatever your purpose, your dream, your vision is. And then you have two types of bad experiences. One of the bad experiences is the one that you do not learn from. And that is the type of experience that you want to absolutely avoid as much as possible. And the second type of bad experience is the one that you learn from. Surprise, surprise. And those are the experiences that you probably want to experience as much as possible. If you experience a bad experience that you learn from, it builds your character. It gives you immunity to those experiences further down the line. It gives you proactive capabilities rather than reactive capabilities. So you are a lot more prepared and a lot more gritty when it comes to dealing with adversity, difficulty, setbacks, anything really that might make life a bit of a challenge. And if you think about experiences that are negative that you don't learn from, well, those are just simply going to fill your vessel of potential with tar, with bad substances. Imagine everything else is clear, crystal clear water that you can add to a vessel that is you. Bad experiences that you don't learn from would be like adding carbonation to that crystal clear water. When you seal the vessel, that carbonation is going to create pressure, and it's going to pop the vessel open, and you will break. You will simply break, and you will never ever achieve your dreams and goals. You will almost be like a ladle. Water is just going to seep through you. All these experiences are just going to seep through you, and you will not gain any benefits from any experience, regardless if it's good or a bad experience that you learn from. And in fact, if you get to that point, you won't even be able to learn from the experience, because whatever goes in will seep through so fast that you won't even have time to learn from whatever that experience is. So obviously you have to be careful with what experiences you experience. Obviously you cannot avoid experiences. Some of them just happen inevitably. There's no way to avoid it. There's no way around it, right? It just happens. The best thing you can do is obviously learn from those experiences. But what you don't want to do is you watch this video and you think, oh shit, so now I'm gonna be fearful every single time because I don't know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a bad experience. It's gonna affect me really poorly if I don't know how to learn from it. If you start fearing experiences, you will start living in the future. And if you live in the future, you will not be experiencing the moment that is now. Experiences happen now. They don't happen in the future because you don't know what's gonna happen in the future. You don't know if a certain experience is gonna happen in the future. You can never ever tell by 100% certainty that something's gonna happen in the future. You can, with 100% certainty, say that right now, as an example, I'm experiencing recording this video and talking about mindset. That is undeniable proof that that's happening right now. It's an experience that's happening right now. So whatever's gonna happen, it doesn't matter because you don't know what's gonna happen. Same thing with the past. Whatever has happened has already happened and you cannot change it. So stop living in the past and in the future and experience the experiences now. Do not be fearful about what's going to happen because you have no control over it. So what is the point in burdening your brain, worrying and being fearful about something that you don't even know that's going to happen? So what happens, for example, if you do fill your vessel with these bad experiences and you didn't have a chance to learn from them, or you didn't realize that you should learn from them? So your vessel is extremely strong. It is super difficult to break. Usually all of your experiences that have some sort of a negative effect stay in your subconscious. And if you ever had mindset coaching or any therapy, you will know how difficult it is to actually dig deep and find out what are the things that are causing you to feel the way that you're feeling right now, or causing you to really struggle to do something, some sort of an activity. And this is what I do. As a mindset coach, I have to peel the layers of the onion, proverbial onion, and then I go to the very core of the subconscious and I find out what is the problem that is making you feel the way you feel. And I give you the tools and techniques to be able to do that yourself whenever you need to, when it comes to figuring out what is causing you the mental hardships that you're having right now. Breaking that vessel is exactly the same thing. It takes a lot of work and effort to get to a point where you can break it open, reseal it with the correct tools and techniques, and fill it back up with proper experiences. And it is true, you have to refill it back, because once you break it open, a lot of things will change. You will have to go to your subconscious and restructure the way you were thinking about things that were affecting you. Even if you didn't know, they were affecting you throughout your whole life, and you simply got to a point in your life where you're incapable of pushing past the barrier that it became throughout all of these years. So your vessel, it's kind of like injuring yourself. For example, the first time you break your arm, it might take a lot of force and a lot of leverage to break the arm. But the second time, if it happens that you break the same part of your arm, it's going to be a lot easier to break because it's not as strong. It's not the original structure that you had before it broke the first time. Same thing with the vessel. Once you break it the first time, it will be a lot easier to break it the second time. And that's why those tools and techniques that you develop will be extremely useful to be able to break the vessel again and reseal it with the correct approaches that you need to take. So what can you seal the vessel with? You have to choose a very specific type of material, otherwise it's not going to hold a massive amount of experiences that you will experience in your life. The best things to seal it with are the things that will help you move towards the original goal that you set. You want to be very specific with what you want to achieve. One of the best questions you can ask yourself, and it's super simple and not many people, if any, ask themselves that question, is what do you want? I ask this question to a lot of people all my clients, and people find it very difficult to answer because they find it very easy to say, oh, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want these things, all these things that I don't want. They're very easy to name because you don't want to feel pain, you don't want to feel anxiety, you don't want to feel depression, you don't want to feel cold, you don't want to be too hot. All these things you don't want to feel, you don't want to have, you don't want to know. It's easy to say what you don't want, but it's very difficult to say what you do want, because there's only one thing, one vision that you should pick and you should want. Because if you want too many things, it will be very difficult to seal your vessel with many different types of materials. So once you know what you want, you know what your vision is. And it should be fairly vague, but accurate enough as well. As an example, my vision is to be the best mindset coach I can possibly be. Now, it is specific enough to highlight the fact that I want to be this mindset coach that is extremely good at what he does, but it doesn't give you the detail that would give a finite destination of what that vision is. Meaning, I will constantly have to push myself and grow to become better and better and better every single time. This is what a vision should be. Vague, but accurate enough so you know where you're going towards, you know what you need to do to become better and get closer to that vision. Second thing you need to do is you need to start putting steps into place to get closer to that vision. So these are going to be the bonding materials to the seal, right? You put the sealing layers in and then you close them off with the bonding material, which is goal setting. And everybody says goal setting should be SMART, right? The acronym SMART. That acronym is not enough these days. Because we are faced with a lot of setbacks and challenges these days, very heavily influenced by social media. And we are a lot more used to very quick dopamine releases, again, because of social media. So there's a little adjustment to that acronym SMART. Try and use goals that are smarter. So S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, T for time constrained, and then we have the extra E and R. So the E is energizing. It makes you feel pumped. It makes you super excited and roaring to go to achieve that goal. And R is readjustable. So let's say you're doing a 15-mile run today, and then suddenly after 9 miles, your ankle starts hurting, right? You feel muscle fatigue, but it's painful enough to make you feel like, maybe I should stop because it doesn't feel right. At that point, because your goal was to run 15 miles, at that point you would be saying to yourself, okay, I'm gonna walk back, or I'm gonna sit down on the bench, rest for like 30 minutes, and then afterwards I'm gonna do the rest of the goal. So you can readjust the goal as you're trying to achieve it. So now you have your seal, and then you have your bonding agent to keep that seal in place. The next few things that you can use to help the process of refilling and restructuring your vessel is challenging yourself. So the more you challenge yourself, the more uncomfortable experiences you will get, the more you will learn how to learn from failure. You want to experience failure as much as possible. Do challenging things, get out of your comfort zone. You will thank yourself later, and you will make you grow as a person. You will have to set more goals, complete them faster, better. You will just keep growing and growing and growing, getting closer and closer to your vision. And the 3 core pillars that will help you really fortify that vessel, really grow and get closer to that vision that you set, alongside with your goals. 3 core pillars that I call the DMC framework is discipline, motivation, and confidence. If you can grow these 3 things, they will be an absolute life changer, because anybody that's disciplined, motivated, and confident will not allow anything or anybody to stop them from achieving what they want to achieve. It is undeniable. I can attribute my success in life because I have developed an athletic mindset. And the three core pillars of discipline, motivation, and confidence are core to an athletic mindset. And if it wasn't for that mindset, I would not be where I am. I would be probably running around in the streets with some gangoons doing some bad stuff, illegal stuff right now. But as opposed to that, I am standing here making this video, giving amazing advice to people, changing people's lives. And that is all because of those three qualities that I developed throughout my career as a professional freestyle wrestler. So this is how you break yourself to make yourself. If you like this type of content, please comment, like, and share. Subscribe and hit that notification bell button. I really appreciate all the support, and I will see you in the next episode of Mindset Ponderings. Look after yourselves.